Everybody, I know this video is late, but, moving and shit, so whatever. So today we're gonna be playing Choices. Um, so, as the name would imply, this is a choice-based game. I think the full title's like Choices That Matter in Google Play or whatever, but, fuck it. It's an early recording for me, 9:10 p.m. It's probably not a good thing. So, our choices are and the sun went out, and their souls were eaten, and their heroes were lost. So let's just start at the top. Choices, and the sun went out. Getting updates on the story. Fucking logos. Alright. Okay. Oh, just tap. Okay. I am 13 years old or older. I am under 13 years old. I am 13 years old or older. Choices is an interactive fiction app that updates once per week, supported by in-app purchasing and/or video ads. This part of the story is free. This is just the beginning, and we plan on introducing more stories within the app. Okay. There is no death in your future, but that does not mean your decisions are without risk. Okay. I kind of like that because it's just like, your choices won't like, oh, game over, you chose wrong. It's just like, you chose wrong, now deal with the consequences for the rest of the game. Choices. Butterfly effect shit. Day 95, and the orange ball of gas that sustained life on this planet for billions of years was still burning in the sky. The scientists were completely wrong, thankfully. Something vibrated on my wrist. I raised my hand and studied the watch-like device. It was Modicon, or simply Modi as I called them. Hello, teacher. The temperature this afternoon is a crisp 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I do hope you're wearing a warm jacket. Don't forget that you also need to pick up the travel documents from Miss Montague, that she's expecting you at her home. Stepping out of the train car, I adjusted my coat. Modi was right. I should have worn the one with the wool lining. Too late to worry about that now. So this is a very story-driven game, if you guys can't tell. Dolores Montague's house wasn't too far away from the train station. As my boots crunched through the snow, I felt Modi vibrating on my wrist. As ever, Modi's cheerful face greeted me. You have just received a message from Professor Soul. He is insisting that you see his latest breakthrough right away. I can't fucking read. Rendezvous with Dolores. Visit Professor Soul. Soul. Dolores couldn't wait, even if Soul's matter wasn't urgent. He had become unhinged since the incident. Oh, what incident? Is it the one from Indefinite, where all the world's leaders were killed? Is that what happened? Did I kill them all? Whatever. We'll swing by the professor's place first, Modi. Send a message to Dolores to let her know that I might be a little late. Okay, would you like to review the message I composed? Sure, Modi. Dolores, I'll be slightly delayed, unfortunately. Is this message adequate, teacher? It's pitch perfect, Modi. I know you could do it. If I were to write the message, I'd be like, I'll be late, bitch. Fucking deal with it. No, probably not. Thank you, teacher. I have sent the message. Before I knew it, I was trudging through the bitter snow on the professor's front lawn. There was a dull, muffled noise coming from inside the house. I pushed the buzzer next to the front door and waited. I'm wondering how many of you bastards are, reading this as I am, since you're not having to say it out loud, you're reading it much faster. You're just annoyed that I'm not done yet. Yes, and a voice came through the intercom. It sounded a little strange, more than the usual anyway. It's me, Professor. I'm in the basement. There was relief in his voice. Click. That was the sound of the door unlocking. Taking that as an invitation, I opened the door and let myself in. I noticed a large suitcase sitting by the front door. From its bulging sides, I had the impression it was overpacked. Was Sol going somewhere? He hadn't said anything about a trip. Examine the suitcase, go to the basement. There are dead bodies in the suitcase. Examine the suit. Okay, there we go. I knelt by the luggage and examined it. There was a tag labeled Flying Falls. Why was the professor going there? More importantly, it looked like it was packed in a great hurry. The professor wasn't exactly a beacon of tidiness, but this was messy even by his standards. The spatial efficiency in the suitcase is very poor. I recommend repacking it, teacher. So why am I the fucking teacher? Like, it's a fucking AI or whatever. I chuckled as I stood up and walked towards the stairs. I'll pass your advice along to the professor, Modi. I opened the door to the basement and gingerly felt my way down the wooden stairs. It was as black as pitch down there, and I could barely see in front of my face. Maybe you don't have a face. Is that the plot twist? Suddenly, I was hit in the face by the light switch cord as I fumbled to grip it. A voice rasped in my ear. No, it must remain dark. Jumping from the shock of the hot breath on my ear, I let go of the cord. Professor, is that you? Why can't I turn on the lights? Is it a demon? Professor, is that you? A dim glow appeared, highlighting a disheveled, unshaven face. His reddened eyes bored into mine as he beckoned me over with a bony finger. You must see this. Come quickly. It's Professor, I guess, then. I hesitated, remembering what happened last time. Approached the professor. Slowly, I inched towards the professor. Scattered papers with frenzied scowls. Yes, the papers are scowling, guys, apparently. With frenzied scrawling that littered the desk and floor. An ocean of ideas spilling out from the brain and flooding the dark room. Something caught my eye. Okay. So that's the symbol from the beginning. You saw it too. Sol's tone reached fever pitch as a grimy finger pinned the paper with the strange symbol. He began to ramble incessantly about theories and equations. I think that's just a symbol saying, like, hey, this is your choice. You can go this way or that way. So, like, the square is just like... It's like the many worlds interpretation kind of thing. Like, the square is your current timeline, and then it splits into two, and the circles are the different ones or whatever. They're probably not gonna explain it like that, but whatever. About theories and equations. Scanning the desk, I noticed his battered diary with a lock. I wondered if its contents were more comprehensible than the professor. Examine the diary. Yeah. While Sol was absorbed in his mad rantings, I lifted the book in my hands and turned it over. Noticing that I had his diary, the professor finally stopped talking about his theories. It's locked, he stated before continuing on and on with his theories. Teacher, my linguistics processing unit might be damaged. I am unable to understand Professor Sol. I swallowed a laugh, knowing I had to gain control of this conversation somehow. Sol, I interrupted. What's this got to do with the sun? Why did you call me? Why did you call me? Call you? I didn't call you. Are you sure? Something about the sun? Sol paused for a moment, then looked at me, excited. Yes, the sun. It all comes back to the sun. People have a right to... A glint caught my eye from the top of the stairs, and I instinctively stepped back. Bang. Sol cried out, then slumped to the floor. He was shot! Professor! I leaped to his side and fled. It's a very monotone reading of this. Sorry. Makes even more monotone for the next couple. Professor, I leaped to his side and fluttered my hands over his chest, desperate to stop the bleeding, but not wanting to hurt my friend. Alright, less monotone now. Back to what it was before. Hands shaking, I glanced back at the top of the stairs and spotted a shadowy figure running off. A gurgling sound made me turn my head back to Soul. He looked like he was trying to tell me something. By the way, I'm sorry, that's vertical too, because it's one of those games where it can't be horizontal, so yeah, fuck you, I guess. Whatever, I don't know. He looked like he was trying to tell me something. Focus on trying to stop the bleeding. Let's know what he's trying to tell me. Let him die. I guess. I'm a dick. You guys already knew that, though. I was never much good at anatomy in high school, but I knew what the chances were that he'd survive. I tilted my head and lowered my ears as close as possible to the professor's mouth, my heart thundering. Nothing. He was still. Soul? What do you say? Teacher, the professor has passed. And he's dead. Damn it, silently cursing, I was about to pull my trembling hands away from his chest when I felt something under the professor's lab coat. Steadying my hand, I reached in and pulled it out of his pocket. It was a card sleeve containing a printed bus ticket, emblazoned with the red and white... Sorry. Never mind. It was a card sleeve containing a printed bus ticket emblazoned with the red and white coyote logo of the long distance bus company, or whatever. Just got distracted for a minute. Never mind. Wow. Itinerary scanned and stored. Travel destination Flying Falls. Why there? That was mentioned earlier with the fucking suitcase. A single thought broke through my shock. The murderer was getting away. Not having any time to think, I pushed the ticket into my pocket, ran over to Soul's working desk, and pulled open the top drawer, knowing what I'd find inside. The professor's revolver. I was thinking either a knife or a gun, so guess it's a gun. Now we can fucking shoot each other from a distance. Well, obviously that's kind of what shooting is. What we can do, stab each other from a distance. It was a small gun at 8 inches in length, and it was made of sturdy stainless steel. I glanced over at Soul's lifeless body one last time. I'm sorry, Professor, I whispered. Alright, just give me a sec. I'm in a fucking recliner, so I'm gonna fucking recline. Just climactic moment, so I'm just like, alright, give me a second, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, I'm gonna be fucking monotone now. Sorry, I'm not good at this. I snatched up the revolver and leaped up the stairs. The murderer couldn't have gone very far, not with the adrenaline pumping through my veins. I could see the door swinging wide open from the attacker's intrusion. Slowly and carefully approach it. Charge through it. Take him by surprise. No death. Unwilling to risk losing Soul to the murderer, I held my gun up and charged towards the exit. Bam! The door flung open as I burst into the bitter cold of the street. Hurriedly, I scanned my surroundings. There was no one out there. Okay, so I made the right choice, I guess. Teacher, there are fresh footprints leading to the left. So go right. Thanks, Modi, I said and followed the trail, my boots sinking into the snow with each heavy step. So what's with the sun? I guess this is called Choices and the Sun Went Out because all of them start with and, so I guess Choices is supposed to be at the beginning of it. I don't know, fuck you. Thanks, Modi, I said and followed the trail, my boots sinking into the snow with each heavy step. Desperately, I scanned the street for anyone suspicious. The street was completely bare. It looked like my luck had run out, when suddenly There, someone was getting onto a bus. That could be them. But before I could go after them, I noticed someone else slipping into a nearby alley. One or the other, it couldn't be both of them. It's always the fucking alleyway. I mean, it's always is. Come on, fucking. There we go. The shadowy figure disappeared down the alley, and I crunched through the fallen snow in hot pursuit. Skidding round the corner, my feet pounded into the concrete. There, the tall person wearing an overcoat and a hat, it was running down the alley. They were too far away. I had to get their attention, or they'd escape. Stop or I'll shoot. Soul told me everything. Well, if you know stuff, he'll probably want you dead. So, stop or I'll shoot. It didn't work, not even a little. Okay, I guess in this case it would be good if he wanted you dead. The person continued running at a surprising speed over the snow. Cursing under my breath, I pointed the revolver at the figure, my hand shaking. Pull the trigger. I steadied my hand. Bang. I couldn't tell if the shot hit my mark, but the figure jumped into another alley. I lowered the gun and continued my pursuit on foot. I followed them into the alley and saw that the person had stopped in their tracks. They stared at me, and I couldn't help but gasp. Most of their face was hidden by the scarf, but I could see their eyes staring into my own. They glinted gold in the white, unsettling me. The person gave a muffled chuckle. Then they turned and ran, scrambling over the fence. Hey, stop. Realizing I was losing my one lead, I continued to chase after them, only to stop at the fence. Climb over? I guess you're pretty athletic if you're chasing after them all this way. I braced myself, then took a running leap at the fence. I'd made a good start. I began to easily climb the wire when I misplaced a foot on the slick diamond mesh. There was too much ice. I barely managed to keep my balance as I hugged the fence. Damn it. Keep climbing. Persistence. Let me fucking choose it. There we go. After taking a deep breath, I continued pulling myself up the fence with both my arms, trying to keep as much weight off my feet as possible. The ice had made the wire footholds unreliable. When I finally reached the top, I swung one leg over, but before I could swing my other leg over, I slipped again. Only this time, my hand slipped, and I fell helplessly over the other side of the fence. The last thing I remembered was the snow-covered concrete rushing towards my face. Damn it. Wrong choice, I guess, but no death. I opened my eyes and stared up at the cloudy sky. I was on my back with the snow in my clothes and hair. Teacher, are you okay? I'm fine, Modi, I said before wincing from the pain at the side of my head. I touched it and looked at my fingers. Flakes of dried blood. My head was bleeding, but no longer. How long was I out? Only 5 minutes, teacher. Please, you must go to the hospital. He might have a concussion. I've been doing this for 20... Yeah. Right. I don't think we have time for that. 5 minutes was more than enough time for the murderer to disappear. Feeling like I was missing something, I searched my surroundings. Then it hit me. Professor Soul's revolver. It was missing. Golden Eyes must have taken it. Then I felt my phone vibrating in my pocket. Nothing I could do about the revolver now. Modi, who's calling? It's Miss Montague. This is her 5th call. Fucking notifications. Just gonna ignore it. 5 calls in the past 5 minutes. Put her through, Modi. Actually, she's been calling for 10 minutes. Since during your pursuit, I'll put her through now, teacher. So she was calling during the pursuit, but adrenaline and shit. I heard the call connect. Dolores? Is everything okay? What? Of course not, Dolores answered, sounding bewildered. How long are you planning to make me wait? I winced, this time not from physical pain. Sorry, I'll be there as soon as I can. Just hurry up. She hung up the phone before I could say anything else. I would have told her about Soul's murder or otherwise. While I was stuffing my phone back into my pocket, I felt an unfamiliar weight in my jacket. Pulling it out, I recognized the object immediately. It was Professor Soul's diary. I must have taken it with me by accident after all the chaos with Soul. It suddenly occurred to me that all of Soul's research, which I needed, was still in the professor's basement. On the other hand, I'd made Dolores wait long enough, and I really needed the itinerary from her. Teacher, what shall we do? We're going to Dolores first this time, Modi. We need to go back to Soul's house first. Let's go to Dolores first. Hopefully the paperwork won't be destroyed. We'll quickly swing by Dolores to get our stuff, and then we'll go to Soul's, Modi. Stepping out into the main street, I flagged down a taxi. It was already mid-afternoon, and the snow-covered roads were about to get busier. Can't fucking read. Yes, teacher? It took me a moment to notice that Modi didn't have the usual jovial chirp. I'll be fine. My head doesn't hurt that bad, so quit worrying. Yes, teacher. I sighed and did not say anything else. Once again, can't fucking read. I'll just pause awkwardly a lot. Your friend's having a problem, having problems, asked the taxi driver in a gruff voice as he switches to a faster lane. I turned to the driver. He had a neatly trimmed beard and a pair of red racing gloves. My friends have all been having panic attacks since that funny business with the sun, he continued. Not that it's ever bothered me. My friend's just a little worried, that's all. Your friends have been having panic attacks? Let's learn more about his shit. The taxi driver grunted. Oh yes, can't even sleep with the lights off anymore. These are grown people, can you believe it? I wasn't sure what to say. Maybe they're afraid the sun thing will happen again. What was the sun thing? Was it the incident? Did killing all the world leaders also just cause the sun to disappear for a minute? Because these two completely unrelated games are totally related. He shrugged before whispering, sorry, just distracted again, Anyways, he shrugged before whispering conspiratorially. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Fuck you. Had a government official in my car yesterday. Word on the street is they're going to heavily subsidize Xanax to keep the population sedated. Oh, that's nice. The government getting involved. That's never caused public outcry before. I nodded. It was news to me, but it didn't come as a surprise either. After about 15 minutes, just as the taxi pulled into South Street, Dolores called me again. Must be to complain about my tardiness. Dolores, before you say anything, I'm practically already there. Oh yes, I hear you at the door now. The door? Dolores, that's not... Click. She hung up. Unsure what to make of that, I looked out the window as my taxi approached Dolores' house. The front door was obstructed by wooden fencing, so I couldn't see who was there. The murderer. It's always the fucking murderer. Well, it's... Yes, whenever someone shows up at your door, it's a murderer. Just Do not answer the door. In stories like this, it's always the murderer. Something didn't feel right. I hurriedly paid the driver and jumped out of the taxi when... Bang! That's the sound of a gun. That gunshot came from Dolores' house. I sprinted along the fence and then through the gate. The front door was slightly ajar. Please be careful, teacher. Moe's right. Carefully enter the house. No time to waste. Charge in. Carefully. Someone in the house had a gun, and I had no weapon. I had to be cautious. Keeping my form low and my footfalls light, I made my way to the front door of the house. Just checking the time. I peeked through the crack of the door before nudging it open. There was no one inside. Satisfied that the living room was safe, at least I stepped inside. Teacher, it looks like there's been a struggle in here. Just like a note written on the wall, there's been a struggle in here. Modi was right. Some of the furniture was broken. A table lamp was smashed on the floor. Shards of a vase were scattered around the room. A bloody bread knife was laying in the middle of the room. Damn. So Dolores cut him, I guess, because he had a gun. Why would he use the bread knife unless he was disarmed? Which I doubt he was. The trail of chaos led me to Dolores' bedroom. One of the hinges of the bedroom door was broken, as if the door had been kicked in. There was a large open window in the bedroom, its curtains fluttering in the cold winter wind. There's a high probability that Miss Montague has gotten away. I looked out the open window. I hope you're right, Modi. There were tracks visibly for a few feet, but they joined a well-traveled pavement after that. Pedestrians were about in Stout Street, and no one was acting strangely. Only moments ago, Dolores and her attacker were here, and yet I was unable to track them. I highly recommend we leave, teacher. Someone might have reported the gunshot. That's the standard of police coming to a fucking arrest you. Not yet, Modi. We should look around a bit more. Okay, where shall we begin? From where it starts, in the living room. Backwards from here in the bedroom. Backwards from the bedroom. There was a large footprint on the frame of the door leading into the bedroom, and the wood was splintered around it. I glanced over at the heavy-looking dresser next to the door. It wasn't flush against the wall. Looking down, I understood why. There was drag marks on the floor, clearly a sign of the dresser being moved. Dolores must have used this dresser to barricade herself in this room before her attacker forced the door open. It appears Miss Montague bought herself enough time to get away. Teacher. Agreed. That was a good thing, at least, and relief flooded through me. I went over to the dresser and started rummaging through it. Just clothing. Then I went through the box underneath her bed. Bills and various paperwork, nothing out of the ordinary. Finally, I opened her wardrobe, revealing a safe staying in the lower left corner. Do you know the combination, teacher? No, Modi. Is it Modi or Modi? Which have I been calling it this whole time? I think Modi, so I'm just going to continue calling it that. No, Modi, the safe looks sturdy. There is no way I would be able to force it open. I don't think we'll see the inside of this safe today. I'm sorry, teacher. Does this mean we are leaving now? I shook my head. Not yet. Dolores was supposed to pass me the itinerary today. It's not exactly valuable, so it might not be in the safe. Okay, where do we look next? We should try the living room now. It's probably in the study. The study. The study seemed to have avoided the struggle in the bedroom completely. Everything here was still neatly placed. I immediately started searching through the desk and its drawers. Thumbing through the various documents, I found none of them were my itinerary. There are so many documents in here, teacher. How will we be able to go through them all? We might not have to. I doubt she'd put my itinerary with these documents anyway. Glancing around, I tried to look for places that could hide my travel documents. Maybe the bookshelf? I opened the larger books on the shelf, finding nothing. Teacher, I am picking up sirens heading our way. We should leave before the police catch us in here. We haven't found the itinerary yet. Still, Modi was right. I couldn't afford to be arrested. If I was Dolores, where would I hide the sensitive document? Probably not in the safe, since that would be too obvious. Think. Then it hit me. Secret compartments. Dolores loved those. Oh, great. So, it's hidden somewhere in the walls. Yay. Could she have had one in her house, too? Teacher, we have to hurry. Seeing as we're 31 minutes in, or about that, I am going to leave this episode here. I will probably do a second episode of this, because I don't want to leave the story unfinished. Might take like 50 episodes to do the story, but whatever, probably not. So, there hasn't been enough swearing in this episode. Fuck, bitch, shit, motherfucker, dick, ass, shitbag, whore, bitch, I don't fucking know. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave the video there with the daily amount of swearing, so, fuck all you bitches. I'm still gonna swear more in the outro. That's my fucking thing. So fuck all you bitches. I'm gonna go murder some people. Not really. Don't call the cops. If you did call the cops, well, you don't know where the fuck I live, so yeah. So fuck all you bitches. Screw you assholes. I'm done. Fuck you. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I've said like I'm leaving 5 different ways already. Yeah, so fuck you. I'm done. Peace out, bitches. I'll do another episode within somewhat a week. Goodbye.